Firstly, tonight we wanted to thank our college leaders for taking our tours this afternoon and being available for the evening to speak. And I think you'll agree that they did a wonderful job and did our college proud this evening. So thank you. And lastly, we wanted to acknowledge the hospitality team from Wodonga Senior Secondary College and the middle years food tech team that put on the food, tea and coffee this afternoon and just displayed one of the things that we can showcase 7 to 12 as a college with middle years and senior college. So thank you for their efforts. Welcome. Tonight we wanted to welcome parents and family members for taking the time out to acknowledge this is an important decision in your child's education. But most importantly, we wanted to welcome the grade 5-6 students, and particularly the grade 6 students that will be coming to middle years next year. And we really want this to be a positive and exciting time for you guys. And we really hope that we can welcome you into the middle years family next year in 2020. So thank you for coming along. I'm going to hand over to Ty Fuller now, who's going to do our acknowledgement of country. So thank you, Ty.
I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners on the land on which we gathered and pay my respects to elders both past and present.
Thanks, Ty. Now I would like to welcome Vern Hilditch, our Executive Principal for Middle Years and Senior College. Thanks, Vern.
Good. Thank you very much. I'd just like to say a few things, and if I could welcome people as well. It's great to see so many parents here. Choosing your child's secondary school is an important decision. You need to weigh up a lot of factors very carefully. So congratulations on being here tonight. You obviously care about the education of your child, as we do as well. We believe that every child is unique. Every child develops at a different rate, has different interests and abilities, and is looking forward to different challenges in their journey or their educational journey. The one model of education no longer fits every child. In choosing a secondary career, that's good, there are a number of considerations that parents need to make for their child. How does the school ensure my child will be engaged? How does the school talk to me about my child's learning? How does the school ensure my child will improve as their journey continues, and what extra support is offered if it's needed? Secondary school is a 6-year journey. Your child will undergo significant changes during that time. During the middle years, students have a different set of needs to students in the senior years. Basically, if your student is not happy or lacks aspiration, they will not learn, and research certainly bears that out. We share with you the belief that even though the next 3 years may be the most challenging for you as a parent, there are 4 basic goals we want all students in the middle years to achieve. And they are listed there. That they want to come to school, that they enjoy coming to school because they see the relevance of what they do at school to their unique future or pathway, that they have pride in themselves and their school, and that they finish Year 9 with the skills, knowledge, desires, abilities and social competence to pursue a multitude of pathways at the senior college or with their pathway. And Year 9, they will be going possibly to certainly a senior college. In Wodonga, we have a organisation which is the Federation of Government Schools. If you're in a primary school at the present time, your school is a member of that federation. Our purpose is to make the education journey more consistent and to build on the good work of each stage so that every child has their needs catered for as they progress through the education stages of primary, middle and senior. So my job's pretty simple tonight. My job is really just to welcome you here, and I hope that you have many of your questions answered tonight that will help you in your decision on the school that best suits your child's needs. But please don't hesitate to contact us and the people that you'll meet tonight at any stage if you need more information. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Vern. My name's Marie Cribbis. I'm the campus principal of Wodonga Middle Years College. My role is across Feltimber, Huon and the Flying Fruit Fly Circus School. And again, thank you for coming along tonight. Whether you choose Wodonga Middle Years College or another secondary school, an important question to ask yourself is whether your values align with the school values. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our school values tonight. And also, will the aspirations you have for your child be catered for going through Wodonga Middle Years College and into Wodonga Senior Secondary College? Our values are summed up with the acronym CARE, and there's a poster over the side there, and you would have seen them around the school on your tours tonight. Students have a care teacher who is their advocate in the school, and they see this teacher for 38 minutes every day. This class is all about explicitly teaching the following values. C, which stands for Care for Relationships, which is around how to get along with others and maintain relationships. A, Achievement through Aspiration. In this program, we're explicitly teaching students about being aspirational and ensuring that they're setting goals for their future. Respect and resilience, respecting yourself and others and being able to bounce back from any challenges that might arise. And engagement, being engaged in learning and with the wider school program. There are so many things on offer at Wodonga Middle Years College that we ask students to make the most of all the opportunities that are out there for them. The CARE program also incorporates the health curriculum. The CARE program assists us to teach students expected social behaviours, and we know that by teaching these behaviours and supporting social behavioural skills and giving these skills to students, it improves their behavioural health and also contributes to academic success. What is important for Wodonga Middle Years College is that we provide a solid foundation for future successes by emphasising literacy, numeracy, along with the use of information and communication technologies across all subjects in the curriculum. Our middle years program enables students to enjoy access to all learning areas. Good study habits, completing regular homework, and pride in achievement are also encouraged, expected and certainly rewarded through our different assemblies. Students are encouraged to undertake enrichment and extension and acceleration programs, which Steve Foraker will talk about. Consolidation programs to support individual needs are also offered. Wodonga Middle Years College believes education is a three-way partnership between the student, yourselves as the parents and us as a school, and good communication between the partners is vital for success. Our staff are all specialists at teaching middle year students, and they understand that building strong relationships is a crucial precursor to any student learning that can take place, and relationships is a big focus of what we do here at Wodonga Middle Years College. We've got 2 Year 7 to 9 campuses, as you would have seen tonight, of about 450 students, and as mentioned earlier, our staff specialise in teaching middle year students. We're very proud of the diversity of programs on offer to our students, and some examples of these are our VEX Robotics program, which some of you may have seen in the media. Our students are in that program. 10 of them are just about to go to America after Easter. An amazing music program, as you've seen tonight, with some very, very dedicated teachers who spend lots of lunchtimes and after school tutoring our students. International trips, a successful sports program, opportunities in the performing arts, and an opportunity to go on various camps and excursions. We've just in the last week had our first camps week with all Year 7s to 9 students going out on their particular camp, which was a very successful week. Wodonga Middle Years College is set up in house groups of about 220 students. So at each campus there's 2 house groups, and each house group has a house leader who's a leading teacher, and this teacher's responsible for the management and the learning of all students in their house group. Teachers are allocated to houses, and they mainly teach students within that house, making a secure learning environment for each child. Our sports program also runs within these house groups. So at Huon we have the blue and yellow house, and here we have the green and red house at Feltimber. As a parent, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the cost. And having had 3 students come through Wodonga Middle Years College, I'm a bit of an expert on this. So our school fees are about $250, and on top of this at Year 7 you will need to buy uniforms, an iPad and books. And then there's a camps week, which will be running again in about week 7 of term 1. The cost for the camp is between $0 for any local activities or at school-based activities, or $500 for the bigger camps. All up at Wodonga Middle Years College for a Year 7 student, you're looking at around $1,200 to $1,700 depending on the camp that your child chooses. That doesn't include shoes, because I know from my own children that's a very individual sort of choice that they'll make, and that can certainly range, as many parents will know. Music lessons are also an optional extra for parents. They're free for Year 7 in term 1, and then they're $50 per term after that, which if you've had private music tutoring for your child, you'll know that that's very cheap. The other thing that we offer at Wodonga Middle Years College is we actively encourage students to be involved in leadership, and certainly students in Year 7 to 9 get the opportunity to be involved in leadership much more than they do at a 7 to 12 school. You'll see that tonight with our Year 9 leaders having something to say. Being a leader is such an important skill, and it develops many skills that students can use throughout their life. Some of these skills are ability to work in a team, being able to prioritise tasks, confidence building, and just the thought that they can make a difference in their community. Last year we had a very competitive field of applicants for our student leadership positions, and already our student leaders have had meetings, running cafes at each campus, running assemblies and organising swimming sports, just to name a few things. So again, thank you for coming along tonight. It's great to see you all here, and many new faces. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions about your child's transition. I'll now hand over to Stephen Foraker, who's our assistant principal who looks after curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. My name's Steve Foraker. I have the privilege of looking after the curriculum across the college, across both campuses, Huon and Feltimba. I'm also very privileged that I work with 2 very dynamic and knowledgeable curriculum leading teachers that in turn lead a very passionate group of learning area leaders that support our staff to deliver extremely high quality programs. The curriculum at Wodonga Middle Years College is a Victorian curriculum, F to 10, which sets out what every student should learn during their first 11 years of schooling. The curriculum is a common set of knowledge and skills required by students for lifelong learning, social development, and active and informed citizenship. Our teachers have the ability to specialise in middle years education, ensuring every student has a program to meet their individual needs. When we look at assessment and reporting, our curriculum is supported by a strong assessment and reporting schedule. We use a Victorian curriculum-based assessment program that provides us with accurate data related to the skills and knowledge that your child's acquired during the primary years, numeracy and literacy. Additional to the end of semester reports that are aligned with the Victorian curriculum, we provide students with a grade point average every 6 weeks, and this occurs over 6 cycles throughout the year. The GPA reflects the level of achievement and learning behaviours, including managing personal learning, effort and attitude, productive use of class time, homework, and independent practice. In addition to our mainstream classes that we run, we also offer an academic advancement program. AAP caters for gifted and talented students. AAP students are capable of working at a significantly faster pace and in more depth than their age peers. AAP students learn with less repetition, higher workload, and more depth. AAP provides an opportunity to work independently and collaboratively with other students with similar interests and abilities, and we'll run an information session for parents and families that are interested in that in second term. We also offer AVID as an elective, but it's also our core instructional model. AVID is a school-wide instructional practice and an elective class at Year 8 and 9. Students develop writing, inquiry, collaboration, organisation, and reading skills to ensure they're fully prepared to succeed in their chosen path. Students use the AVID methodologies in all learning areas. They develop valuable organisational skills, including Cornell note-taking, time management, study skills, and other strategies to maximise their academic potential. We ensure that they're developing their reading and writing ability to support their academic learning across all learning areas. Become involved in community projects within the school and within the wider community. They learn about post-secondary options, including TAFE, university and beyond. This includes field trips locally and interstate to universities, TAFEs and colleges. We offer a range of subjects at the middle years, and without listing specific electives, the learning areas that we cover include but aren't limited to the arts, dance, drama, media arts, music, visual communication and visual design, English, health and physical education, the humanities, civics and citizenship, economics and business, geography, history, languages, mathematics, science, technologies, design and technology and digital technologies. And interwoven across all of those subjects are our capabilities that include critical and creative thinking, ethical, intercultural, personal and social development. In regards to our learning technologies, we're a one-to-one iPad school. The iPad supports the students to access the curriculum that teachers collaboratively build on our world-class learning management system, which is Desire to Learn, and has a very significant range of interactive tools. And information regarding our one-to-one iPad program will again occur early during Term 4. What I will say is we have a highly committed, passionate and dedicated staff that will ensure your child is provided with every opportunity to be successful. Thank you. I'll hand back to Sarah.
Thanks, Steve. Now I'm going to welcome a student panel up to the stage. Come on up, guys. We've got our 4 college captains, and we're going to do a little bit different this year and do a Q&A with our college captains, and which they're really excited about and confident about. And Ty's going to turn on the microphone for me. And so our college captains will introduce themselves now, and then we'll go through a series of questions. Hopefully for the students here, the grade 6 students can get a real insight to what it's like to be a student at Wodonga Middle Years College. So, introductions.
Yep, so my name's Ty Fuller and I'm Huon school captain.
Hi, I'm Imogen. I am one of the college captains at Feltimba.
Hi, I'm Brody. I'm a current Year 9 and college captain of Feltimba.
Good evening. I'm Destin and I'm a college captain at Huon.
Excellent. Now, Ty and Imogen came from Wodonga Primary, and Brody's from Melrose Primary, and Destin came from Interstate during Year 8. You came to us, yeah. So a breadth of primary schools there. So Brody and Ty this evening are going to talk to us about why they chose Wodonga Middle Years College.
Yeah, so I had friends in the years above me that come to Feltimba and they all really enjoyed it and said it was a good school, so I was kind of always going to come, I guess.
I chose to come to Wodonga Middle Years College because my brother was there the same year that I started, and also because my little sister was across the road, so it was just easier for mum to do one drop off and one pick up, so yeah.
And Ty and Brody are also going to talk to us this evening about their friends. A big question, especially with the students, is what if my friends aren't going there, or where do my friends go? So they're going to speak about their journey coming into Year 7 with friendships.
Yep, so I had a few friends come from primary school, but I also made new friends in the literacy support program, and also out in the yard I gained friends, and yeah.
I had my 2 best friends come with me to Feltimba, and shortly they moved away due to army, so I had to make new friends, and which I've been in the same class for 3 years, so we're all kind of friends, and I've had the same friend group for a couple of years now, so it's been really good.
Yeah, thank you, Brody. Okay, now Destin and Imogen are going to talk about the best bits about coming to Wodonga Middle Years College for their journey.
Well, for me, it was making new friends, joining the school choir and being in the school band, and also being a part of the Geared for Careers.
Geared for Careers, Destin, do you want to share a little bit about what that is for the audience that may not know?
Well, Geared for Careers is a group of people that helps us as kids to gain a good understanding of our future path or future career.
Thank you. Imogen?
Yeah, well, the best bits of Wodonga Middle Years for me have definitely been the camps we've been able to attend here. In Year 7, I went on a day trip to Melbourne. Year 8, went for a 3-day camp at Phillip Island. And Year 9, it was a bit different because Year 7, 8 and 9s were all sort of bunched together with all the different camps as well as Huon. And I went to Sydney where we were able to walk across the Harbour Bridge. We went to a cable park where I was able to wakeboard. And what else did we do? We went to the Taronga Zoo and Bondi Beach.
Great. Now, Imogen and Destin are going to talk to us about how they feel when they come to school, because I think it's important for students, but as well as their families, to know what it feels like when you come to Wodonga Middle Years College as a student.
Yeah, so I do feel really safe at school. But honestly, like, you do have those days where you do feel stressed and you just want to sort of just not go to school, but you do get over it and you feel so much better as a person once you've overcome this challenge.
Well, for me, it's kind of great. I feel happy being at school. There's new opportunities to be at, and that's why I feel at school.
And Ty and Brody are going to share with us some specific subjects that they really enjoy at Wodonga Middle Years College.
Yeah, so I like the electives at this school. There's heaps of different electives, going from woodwork to the arts to sport and cooking. Personally, I really like sport and cooking, so I really enjoy those two electives.
I have two favourite electives. One of them is Koori Art Club. Koori Art Club is not just for Indigenous kids, it's for all kids that have an interest in wanting to learn how to dot paint and use symbols to tell a story with your painting. And also Avid, as Mr. Foraker spoke before, Avid helps you a lot with your bookwork and also levels of questioning. So, for example, like level 1 question is where you can see the answer, level 2 question where you can research the answer, and level 3 question like going right into thinking about the answer. So yeah, they would have to be my two favourite subjects.
Thanks, boys. Now, Brody and Destin are going to talk to us about their favourite places in the college.
At Feltimba, we have access to the leisure centre, so we get to go over there for some of the Year 9 electives. We get to go swimming and use the gym, and we can use the basketball stadiums, that kind of thing. And so I like being over at the gym. I like the cooking room because I generally like food. Yeah, and I just like all the open spaces to kick the footy and that kind of thing, I guess.
Well, I like the stadium as well. I like the library and the classes. I usually go to the library to hang out with my friends, do a few works that I have left. I go to the stadium to hang out with my friends, play a few sports. And in classes, just being around the teachers, having a good old chat.
Thanks, Destin. And Brody's going to talk to us a little bit about if you felt like you needed a little bit of extra support, because we provide a great program here over the 3 years, but there may be a time where your student encounters a bit of a challenge and needs some extra support. So Brody will talk to us about that.
Yeah, so there's a program that the Year 9s once a week will go into the Year 7s care classes, which happen once a week, and we'll basically go through getting to know each other in the first few weeks, moving through what you'll find in the school and where to find people. So that's, the Year 7s are always going to have those Year 9s that they need through the year. That goes through 2 terms, which is good. And then you've got your care teacher, which is kind of your main teacher that you go to for everything. They'll sort out meetings and everything with everyone else if you need them. And then you've got your house leaders, which are kind of the top level. If you need that kind of person, that's the person you go to.
Thanks, Brody, for unpacking that with us. Imogen and Destin now are going to talk to us about what they feel like students feel and think about their learning at Wodonga Middle Years College.
Yeah, for me, students tell me that they really enjoy their learning because it's very individualised to each student. The teachers sort of take time and plan the sort of curriculum so it's, in a way, up to the student where they're at. So, like essential assessment, it's based on where you're at. It won't be something too easy, but not something too hard. It's something where you could improve, but it's not too challenging.
Well, at both campuses, we work together. When I moved to here, it was hard to make friends, but I made a friend, and I kind of helped him out, changed his behavior, attitude, and the way he used to like work. So yeah, we work together and have fun.
Yeah, I think that's a great two different stories there about how staff and students work together in the classroom to ensure individual needs are met. Now, Ty has a great story to talk about in terms of personal development opportunities here at the college, and this is just one example of how he's taken that outside of the college.
Yeah, so on a Monday and Wednesday at Feltimber they have something called Bridge Cafe, and at Huon it's called Central Perk. That program runs at lunchtime, and it's where you can get milkshakes. So I've taken that out to my part-time job. I work at a cafe over in Albury. So when everyone comes in and wants a milkshake and you just think, oh wow, there's lots of people here. So I took that out to my job and used them strategies to get through the busy hours at work, so yeah.
Thanks, Ty. And that's just one example of how a student can find their interest and passion, find a program here and extend that outside and beyond their learning at the college. And our last question tonight's for Imogen and Destin, and we wanted to share with you what the students feel like teachers care about at Wodonga Middle Years College.
Yeah, so the teachers definitely care about the students here. Over time, you do develop those special bonds with those teachers, especially care teachers, where you can easily have a chat with them before class, after class, during breaks when they're on yard duty. It's good to have those chats with them about what you're doing this weekend, what you've done. It's good, and you get to know them better.
I usually think the teachers care about our behavior and the way we work around people. Because as we grow up, we tend up to find a job, and if your grades were low or your attitude was bad, you might not get the job. So it's kind of the teachers care about how you behave in class and the way you act around people.
Yeah, thank you, Destin. I think that brings our panel to a close, so let's give them a round of applause. I think they've done a great job tonight. And we were just really proud tonight to be able to showcase 4 of our students, but we could pick any of our leaders or students at the college to do the same job, and we're just really proud that we can showcase students in that light. And now we have 2 more students from Wodonga Senior Secondary College who are going to share their journey from middle years to senior college. So I'll welcome Sinead and Emma to come up and speak to you.
Hello, I'm Sinead Lee and I'm the college captain of the senior college. I went to Wodonga Primary from year 4 and then I went to Huon for the entirety of those 3 years. Some of my favourite subjects at Huon were outdoor ed, visual arts, ceramics, sport and rec. There's so many options, they're really cool. I just could go on forever. I wish I did the woodworks, and now I'm regretting not doing the mechatronics. So I had a really good experience with middle years, and if I'm being honest, I didn't really want to leave. I didn't really want to go to senior. It was a bit scary, but the teachers there were really welcoming, and we had student leaders in year 12 at that time come and help us and speak to us, and we kind of had a group of students to show us around and just have someone there at school to go up and speak to. I joined the AAP program in year 10, which is, Emma was in it as well, and that helped me with workload and helped set up for year 11 because it was harder content and more homework, which I did not enjoy, but it's all good in the end. Subject-wise at the moment, I'm doing General English to Math, psychology and theatre studies. And theatre studies is like drama, but it focuses more on the backstage components rather than the acting. I do this because I want to do special effects, makeup artistry, or be an outdoor ed teacher when I'm older. Where am I up to? I want to boast about the range of subjects at senior college because I'm not quite sure, but I think we have one of the largest ranges of subjects in the region for VCE and VCAL. There was so many, it was hard to choose from, so I ended up switching in Unit 1 a couple times, but the teachers were really supportive about that, and they just help you to pick your subjects based on your career pathway. So I wanted to be a lawyer and like a disability support worker, but then I changed and ended up switching a couple times. All of the teachers at senior are focused on helping everyone, whether it's VCE, VET or VCAL. They help with, we have a program called Graduate Program, and it helps set up interviews, and we get information on uni courses and all that sort of stuff to help for the end of Year 12 or the end of Year 10, depending on what you want to do with trades and whatnot. The opportunities I've had at senior have honestly been awesome, and at middle years as well. It's a really good school. Some of my best memories have been with sports and subjects organised and activities organised by students. So I really encourage future students to just get involved with anything that interests them or that they want to start, even like start it yourself. The colleges are both like really, focused on letting students do what they want to do and start projects. So if you're someone that takes opportunities, makes the most of it, then you're really going to strive at middle years and senior. So that's all I have to say, and now I'll pass over to Emma.
Sorry, I'm a bit shorter. Hi guys, my name is Emma Morrison and I am Yellow, aka Wodonga House Captain at Wodonga Senior Secondary. So I started at Bandiana Primary School and followed through to Wodonga Middle Years at Feltimber campus. So in Year 7, I was accepted into the SEAL program, which is now the AAP program. And as Mr. Foraker said, students learn at a faster pace and study at a higher academic level than mainstream classes. So I continued into this program at the start of Year 10, which made the move from middle years to senior a lot easier for me, as I already had a lot of friends. And moving to senior, the teachers also made it less stressful because they're so supportive. The senior college really cares for and offers a broad range of subjects for their students. The broad range allows for students to explore their passions and future career choices. I would not have found my passion for psychology without the range of subjects that WSSC offers. So my main goal is to achieve a reasonably high ATAR, which can assist me in getting a place in psychology honours course and potentially even do a double degree alongside criminal law. So I am aiming to achieve this through hard work, as well as getting the support and feedback from my teachers about how I can improve what I'm doing as a student. Other opportunities WSSC provides include the Student Leadership Council, where students can have an impact on some aspects of school life by ensuring the student body's voice is heard. Overall, I would highly recommend Wodonga Senior Secondary to any student. They offer a variety of subjects which allows students to find what they feel will be the best option for them. And there are also many different support systems, from teachers to our wellbeing to fellow students. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Paul Thorpe to the microphone to speak about Wodonga Middle Years from a parent's perspective. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. What a great job you guys have done, the student leaders from both middle years and the two girls, thank you very much. You've kind of done my job in a way. I know you're not parents, but I might be repeating some things here, but thank you very much for having the courage to come up here and show what your education at middle years and senior has given to you that you've been able to demonstrate today up here on the stage. So I'm here to talk about my experience as a previous parent. I'll try and qualify that a little bit. My son now is year 10 at Wodonga Senior Secondary College, and I have two other boys who are studying at Wodonga Primary School, and they're in year 3 and year 5. I was asked to come here today to talk about my experiences as a parent, and it's quite difficult because your kids go to the school for 3 years, they're spending 8 hours, I think they're spending 8 hours a day at school, and really they're perhaps the ones who should come, and that's what you guys have done. But as a parent, what were my experiences? I think now I look back retrospectively with my student, or my son not being at middle years, he was happy. And that's kind of my experience as a parent of a student at middle years. It would also be the same for any other school perhaps. But he made a choice to go to middle years for lots of reasons, and he was happy at the end of it. And I'll go through some of the specifics that I think brought that happiness to him. The other thing I can say is my other two boys, one will make the choice on his next level of education in 2 years' time, and the other one's a few more years away. I fully expect, and it's not my decision, it's theirs, but they're telling me already they will also be coming into Wodonga Middle Years College, either at Feltimber or Huon campuses. And I guess that's the testament that I have in my family from the experience being good, that they've learnt from their big ugly brother that it was all pretty good, and I want to go there too. So I'll come back to some of the specifics that I think made my son happy at school. First of all, students are the centre of decisions. It's not about money, it's not about school finance, that all stuff all happens. It all happens to the side. But it's about your student, their requirements, their needs at all times. And the more that you can share with the school through formal, informal channels, the more you and your child will benefit from what's available at the school. And I beg you all to think about that when whatever choice you make for your school, whatever you put in is what you get out as well. The next thing I think, Sinead, you might have touched on this, student subject choice. I know it's huge at senior secondary college. My son's now going through those choices for his year 11 and 12 subjects. But it's also huge at middle years. And you won't get it right first time. That's okay. There's an understanding there that you may need to move around a little bit. So don't think it's a line in the sand, it can't move. I know the teachers are going to be going, no, don't say that. It's so difficult moving the kids around. But it is about your child, and it is about you, and they are at the forefront of all decisions. But please be nice to the teachers as well. So subject choice, definitely a great option. My son, did he do all those subjects? Now, pretty straightforward, math, science kind of kid. But there are a wide range of subjects there, and take time to go through the brochure to see what is available, and perhaps also think about what's available at senior secondary college, because it just gets wider. Thirdly, the college, the school cares. They care about your kid. I care about all the kids that I see coming through the school. And yeah, it worries me at times what's happening in our education system in Australia. And yes, some of it I see in our local school as well. But the school does care. And again, if you've got concerns about your child or you want to know something, reach out, ask. There are staff there are other parents who are going through the same thing who can help. And I can certainly say with Wodonga Middle Years, they are there to help with what you might think is a major issue or a minor issue, doesn't matter. Go and approach and ask for the help. It's there, and it's there for the students. So it's great to see so many of prospective year 7 students here tonight. Ask. There are answers to everything. And finally, the thing that I have found good, particularly with my son's transition now from middle years into senior, but it also exists from primary for many of the schools that are listed on here, is the Wodonga Federation Government Schools that Mr. Hilditch touched on earlier. It allows the schools, the primary schools, the middle years and the senior college to start to know your student better and better. So there's this greater level of continuity in their education. they're better known as they move from primary into middle years into senior, if that's the path you choose. And it should give them the confidence that they're going to be looked after because they're working within the same network of schools with which they're familiar. It's still developing. There's a lot more we can do in this area, but it is a great advantage that I think can be offered to you as families, but also, and more importantly, to your children who can take that path through those different stages of their education. That's my bit. If you've got any questions, I'll be hanging around afterwards, and I'm happy to give you my perspective as a parent if you're interested. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Paul. And I think as parents, I'm a parent, my child goes to Wodonga Primary School, and that's all you want. You want to know that your kid's going to be happy and that your kid's going to go to school, and whether they're at a primary school or a secondary school, that they're going to be happy at the end of the day. And I think what Steve spoke about here, about our staff being really passionate, and what Paul spoke about is the staff caring. And when you've got a dynamic, caring, passionate staff, and you've got a breadth of opportunities for the students, that's where you see a happy kid. And I think that's something that all the parents and students will say that's what they want for their education. So that's the end of our formal proceedings tonight. So we wanted to thank you for coming along and taking the time to have Wodonga Middle Years College as a priority for your child in Year 7. And we hope that you choose to send your student here. We have parent booklets, so if you haven't picked up a parent booklet at the start of the night, they're on the table on the way out, so grab one of those. And that takes you through the transition process for this year. There will be a number of visits to the primary schools by myself and by our college leaders throughout the year. Your grade 6 teacher and your primary school, and I will liaise and communicate via emails and Facebook pages about what's the next step. But if you have any questions about where the process is up to, or you need more information, you can see myself here. I'm based at Feltimber, and my contact details are in the booklet. I'm Sarah Kilner, one of the assistant principals here. And our staff are going to hang around. We've got about 10 or 15 minutes now to answer questions. So our leadership team will be here, our students will be here, and we encourage you to ask questions and seek answers if we haven't had those answered tonight. So thank you very much for coming along and ask questions. Thank you.